What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So I wanted to start, maybe if you guys like it, a little series maybe called Battle Reacts with Dax, where I go ahead and react to my own battles and maybe your battles. It probably won't happen very often as there's already a lot of YouTubers who do shoutcasting for battles, but I did do a couple PvP battles today since Master League and Little Jungle Cup have just started. I did some Master League battles because Little Jungle Cup for me is not super attractive. I don't really enjoy the 500 CP max cup, but we do have 5 battles to react to that I did earlier. We did lose one of them, so we'll talk about what we did bad in that battle. But if you guys like this kind of video and want to see more of these battle reacts, then let me know below. Maybe we can make them a little more often. Before I start, the team I'm using is going to be Mamoswine, Giratina, and Melmetal. This is actually a team I saw on Dan Ottawa's channel, so you can check out the link below to the video of him using it and talking about how to use it if you want to check it out. But without further ado, let's get into the first battle. So we are leading Mamoswine and we're going to go into Dialga. So how the Dialga matchup Dan Ottawa explains is that you want to build up to the Bulldoze, then you want to go ahead and throw the Avalanche. Now if they shield and if they don't shield, it is going to depend on what you do next. So I forget what they do here. They do end up shielding it. So if they do shield it, you're able to get to another one. So I'm going to shield this Iron Head, which would normally take us out. And I go and I throw the second Avalanche. Now, I think it depends on your Mamoswine's IVs and what the Dialga's IVs are, but if they don't shield it, I think you're able to almost get to a third Avalanche. There I didn't, but I think in most scenarios you would be able to get to it. So obviously I went down there, but you can bring in Melmetal now and pretty much just tank anything they throw at you. So we're gonna go into that, and then they're gonna quick swap into a Ho-Oh, give up switch advantage, and we're gonna come in with our Giratina, which is great for us because we're resisting those Incinerates. We're gonna get to a Shadow Ball here. We're gonna throw it to do some big damage. They do let it go. They still have one shield, even shields all around, and they're gonna go ahead and throw a move. Now I'm gonna let this first thing go through since Brave Bird and Earthquake won't kill, but Brave Bird does do some good damage. Now their defense is lower, so I'm gonna go ahead and shield and completely farm this thing down. Now this might have been my mistake. I should have maybe gone ahead and not shielded that. That could have been why I lost the game. But here, they're gonna come in with a Metagross, and now I can go ahead and throw the Shadow Ball in the Metagross, which will get the shield, but I should have gone on this win there. I should have baited. And then I'm gonna quick swap into my Melmetal, and I do have that initial energy on the, what is it, the Giratina. So now I'm gonna throw a superpower here. This is, I forget how I lost this matchup. I throw the second superpower, but they actually end up catching it. Yes, this was a great catch by my opponent. I think this is the reason they won that game, is because of that catch. So the Metagross is able to catch our move and build up to back-to-back Meteor Mashes, which they'll throw one against my Melmetal and one against my Giratina. So I should have been more aware that they were gonna try to catch that, because I think if I were able to farm down that Dialga and not get caught, I could have thrown a second, I think I could have won that game. So GG's to my opponent there. That's the first game. That's the first loss. The other 4 we do end up winning. So let's take a look at those. So the second battle here against Wonder's Knight, I think that's what it is. We're leading into a Groudon. Now this is a weird matchup because I think the reason we won this matchup is because of the lead. So we end up getting to the Avalanche, but they throw the Fire Punch at the same time. We're gonna let the first Fire Punch through since it won't kill. And then we're gonna throw our Avalanche. That was actually a CMP tie, as you can see, because the camera didn't change back. That's how you know it's a CMP tie. And they actually let the Avalanche go through. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or that was an accident. They didn't think it was do that much damage, but letting the Avalanche through and then coming in with a Yveltal. I think the problem with this guy's team, and I think you'll end up seeing it, is that he has a huge weakness to ice. He has a very big weakness to ice. So I think what he needed to do was to get rid of my Mamoswine. So now you're gonna see that we're gonna let Mamoswine go, but they're gonna come in with a Dragonite, and I shouldn't have done this. This was a stress swap. I don't know if you guys do that, but sometimes I stress swap. I don't know why I swapped into Giratina against a Dragonite. It doesn't really matter in the end, but in that scenario, I should have kept 2 shields on the Melmetal. Melmetal could have won that game for me. It was doing very well. So we're gonna go there, we're gonna get to the Shadow Ball, and we're gonna bait with the Ominous Wind. Now they're gonna get to a second Dragon Claw. We're gonna let the Dragon Claw go through because we know that Melmetal with a shield is how we're gonna win this game. We almost got off an Ominous Wind there, but we didn't. Melmetal's gonna come in. It has some loaded energy. We're gonna go ahead and throw because we wanna keep our Melmetal as healthy as possible versus the Yveltal, because the Yveltal is the one that could kill us with the Focus Blast. So we're gonna come here. They're gonna throw a move. I wasn't counting, so I'm gonna shield in case it is a Focus Blast. But I wasn't even sure if this person had actually double move because we are still in rank 18, so some people don't have have double move Pokemon. So we're gonna throw first Rock Slide. Yveltal's thick, it's gonna survive, but we're gonna be able to get to the second Rock Slide. And I don't think they could have got to the Focus Blast in time, or they might have already been at it. You know, who knows? Maybe that game was closer than I thought. But GG's, I think that opponent's team is super weak to Dragonite, so they do have to watch, not Dragonite, to Mamoswine, so they have to watch out. Third match up here is gonna be Mamoswine on lead again against a Metagross. Now this is not a great lead, and I realized that really quick, so I'm gonna swap into Giratina. Now I don't know if Giratina was the best choice because they do have a hard counter. I probably should have gone in. Well, I think Giratina was actually the good choice here. So we're gonna throw a Shadow Ball versus the Garchomp. And now here's a mistake. I wasn't sure if it was a mistake, but I forget that they have Sand Tomb. So I shield, and I don't think I needed to shield. It's a Dragon Tail Garchomp. But we do get to the Ominous Wind here, which is good for us because now we can go ahead and burn a shield, and you know, in the end it didn't really matter. It's even shields. We do get the buff too, which I think forces them to throw a move. So the fact that we got the boost there helped us a lot. Now we can come with Mamoswine, Powder Snow down with a bit of energy. Now they're gonna come in with the Metagross. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get to the Bulldoze. We're gonna throw a Bulldoze, I think. And then we're gonna swap out because this is not a good matchup for us, but we can put shield pressure there. Now the shields are gone, and what we need to do is we need to get to 2 superpowers, I believe. Now, I risk it for the biscuit and I don't shield this. It could have been an Earthquake. I'm not even sure if an Earthquake would have killed, but we thought they were baiting there. And now this is another move, and it's another Meteor Mash. I don't know if I should have shielded this one. This might have been a mistake. We still end up winning the game, but they end up having a Dragonite in the back, so very good for us. And I think, I don't even know what their win con was. Maybe like hope that we didn't have enough energy or something like that. But they swapped into Dragonite into our Melmetal, which is not very good for them. I think they should have tried to use him as a sack swap. But then the Metagross comes in here, and we're gonna throw 1 superpower after taking out the Dragonite. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap, we're gonna charge up a bit, and we're gonna swap to clear the debuffs. And Mamoswine would have been able to get to a move, so they're forced to throw here. They're forced to throw here, and then we're able to get to the superpower. Actually, I'm not even sure if we would have got to the superpower, but I think what the opponent there needed to do was to farm up perfectly with their Metagross so that they could throw at the right time and then maybe beat us to a charge move, but I think my Melmetal would have survived the superpower, so I'm not sure. Let's go into the 4th battle here against Strawbest TNS. Not sure here. We're gonna go into a Melmetal. So this is not a good lead for us. We're gonna swap into the Giratina, which is a pretty neutral swap. So they're gonna stay in, but I'm not sure why they stayed in here. They're gonna throw Rock Slide, and I think they leave. Yeah, they just leave. I don't know why they didn't leave earlier. They could have just stored that energy, but now we have a Shadow Ball here to throw against the Dialga. I guess they threw it so that the Giratina would have been lower health and easier to farm down. So they're trying to go for that aggressive farm down. What I can do here is I'm gonna shield, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw an Ominous Wind so I can take back switch advantage. Now, what happened there is pretty much because I'm the first to kill the lead Pokemon, now I can realign my Pokemon with whatever Pokemon I want on their team, giving my Mamoswine a better matchup versus the backline. Well, normally that's how it would work, but the backline is actually a Kyogre, so Mamoswine is pretty useless for the rest of this battle. So we're gonna come in with Melmetal against their Kyogre. Their Kyogre is pretty loaded on energy here, so it's gonna start throwing some Surfs at us, which actually do less than I thought to a Melmetal. Melmetal is pretty thick, like that's like 30%. So they're gonna throw back-to-back Surfs, and I think they get to another one, I'm not sure. But we're gonna build up here, and then we're gonna throw a Rock Slide. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of this thing. And I think if the opponent shielded the Kyogre, they could have won this match. But what happens here is we're able to take them out before they're able to farm us down. We can instantly throw the superpower, which will burn a shield. And then now all we have to do is swap into our Mamoswine, and we have to get to a Bulldoze and a bit actually. Surprisingly, a Bulldoze doesn't actually kill from this range. So we throw a Bulldoze, and I think they're almost at back-to-back superpowers, because superpower can kill us. So what you're gonna wanna do in this scenario is you always wanna shield the first superpower, because after they throw the first superpower, their attack and defense will drop. So now the second superpower will do less damage than the first. So it's interesting, when you're going against Melmetal, you always wanna shield the the first one. So there you go, it comes down, and then we are able to get to the move. Even if they've thrown another superpower there, I think we would have survived. That's the thing with Melmetal is in the late game as a closer, it can be tough if you have to superpower things. You just start dropping your stats and you start doing no damage. Okay, the final battle here, Mamoswine versus a Dialga. So we've seen this matchup before. We're gonna play it the same. We're gonna go build to the Bulldoze, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw the Avalanche. Now I think this one was different. I don't actually remember, but yeah, so Avalanche comes through, it's gonna get a shield. So they're gonna shield, this is gonna be the same as before. We're gonna shield this. We're gonna get to another Avalanche, which I think they're gonna let through. And then I think, yeah, I don't know if Mamoswine can actually win this matchup. Either, or tie it at least. You're gonna see here, but we're gonna be able to get this through, and then you're gonna see how low he gets. Yeah, he gets super low. So I think it's this, I don't know if we can win this matchup. It might be dependent on IVs, but now we're actually able to get a hard farm down on the Dialga. They do throw a Draco, which does about 50% health, so it's still good, a good chunk, but we do have a good loaded energy here against another Melmetal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw back-to-back superpowers. I'm not sure if throwing back-to-back was really the move here. I think we probably should have just kept the other one for later, but we're gonna throw back-to-back here. Now we're gonna swap into Giratina. Now, shields are down, so all we have to do is get to a move, but they're gonna swap into a Mamoswine. So Mamoswine's dangerous for us in the back, but we do have a shield, which is really good. So we can throw a Shadow Ball. Mamoswine's pretty squishy. It does a lot of damage. Now they're gonna, there was some hard lag here, and I think that might have been the reason I won this game, but I don't know, I lost count, so I didn't know if they had back-to-back or whatever. So what I did here was the second I got to the Omnis when I threw it, because I didn't want them getting off that second Avalanche, the Giratina is very important against the Melmetal to win this game. So now in the back, the Melmetal is gonna go ahead and throw its move. It has a bunch of Rock Slides here. So we can start Rock Slide spamming. And now this was a mistake. We still win the game, but this was a mistake here. I thought they were gonna get to a third Rock Slide after this and kill us, but I didn't notice I was one Shadow Claw away from a Shadow Ball, so I should have just gone for a Shadow Ball. We end up going for Ominous Wind, which in the end doesn't make a big difference, but Shadow Ball would have KO'd from there, and then from here we could have we farmed down. But I think if we just did one more Shadow Claw, we could have just won that game a lot better. So in that scenario, I should have just not been as scared. But yeah, those are pretty much the battles, guys. If you guys like them, you know, hit the like button. We'll see if we end up doing this more often. Maybe I can react to your battles. I know it's a pretty basic thing to do. A lot of YouTubers already do the whole shoutcast thing and send in the battle. But, you know, maybe it could be fun once in a while. Once a month, we do a little PvP video like this. But yeah, if you guys like this video, you know, comment below. We're gonna see you guys in the next one. And good luck with your PvP battles, by the way. Follow for more tips.